The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is Monday News. I'm Rex Litter. In this edition, PM confident to topple vote of no confidence. Chimbu to improve health services. And para-athletes shine in Paris. The area medical store in Ley, Morobe province is still burning. A visit to the premises located near the Freddy's shop at Snackbar showed certain areas had visible flames, while the rest of the building was emitting dark, noxious smoke. It is believed that fire started at around 2 a.m. on Sunday, 1st of September. The Ley Fire Service arrived at the scene but could not save the old building as it was fully engulfed in flame. All they could do was prevent the fire from spreading to other nearby shops and service stations. The Ley Fire Service will commence investigations once the burning ceases. All the medical drugs and consumables have been burnt, including 2 vehicles. AMS Ley Store contributes medical supplies and consumables to 5 provincial health authorities, including the Highlands and Momase region, as well as 63 health facilities throughout Morobe province. Prime Minister and leader for Pangu Party James Marape is confident of taking a 80-member coalition government to face the motion of the vote of no confidence beginning Tuesday this week when Parliament resumes.
Prime Minister James Marape said with the return of member for Pomio Elias Kapavore to Pangu, restoring government numbers to 78, the coalition is currently pushing towards a 80 membership with some give and take. Marape said currently the coalition government has 78 MPs with the inclusion of Pomio MP Elias Kapavore. Pangu alone has 10 MPs from New Guinea Islands region, 19 from the islands, 9 from Momase, and 10 from Southern region.
Since we entered the lapse of 18 months grace period early this year, we've been always ready to help handle on the VONC process on the floor of Parliament. But they have not been compliant to the requirements of standing order and the requirements of Section 145 of our Constitution. So I just want to assure our country, no one will run away on this side. I've said many times, Prime Ministership is not my birthright. There are leaders who stand with me here.
The Prime Minister said government has not been deliberately stifling the VONC as perceived. Rather, it was the opposition's inability to reinforce its stand because it has been lacking in numbers and buying time by deliberately making mistakes in processing their VONC motion. He clarified that the opposition were given an opportunity by the Speaker in the last session of Parliament to have the motion on notice. Technically, the Prime Minister clarified that the Speaker overrode the Private Business Committee and made a ruling from the Chair that the motion be placed on notice. However, the opposition members walked out from the chamber.
Now, I invoked the Section 96 dissent on the Speaker's ruling. So technically, the opposition had an opportunity to defeat my motion. Any transaction on the floor of Parliament takes place by way of a vote. Whether it's a simple motion to adjourn Parliament or any other motion, whether it's a law motion, ordinary law to constitutional law, all decisions on the floor of Parliament is made by a way of vote. So instead of standing on the floor of Parliament to defend the Speaker's ruling that the motion is placed on notice on Wednesday, they vacated the floor of Parliament. If they had number, they should have supported the Speaker and get the motion listed on Wednesday for Thursday, for it to come on in the Parliament notice on Thursday. We would have adjourned Parliament for 1 week and come back that time to deal with the vote of no confidence. But they vacated knowing very well they did not have the numbers.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape has reaffirmed the status of East New Britain province as a model province in the landscape of Papua New Guinea's provincial and local level government system, commending its leaders for concerted efforts on development. The Prime Minister made this point as he welcomed the return of member for Pomio Elias Kapavore to Pangu Party and the government, emphasizing the important role the member continues to play in the development of the province.
This year is the 30th anniversary of eruption, so Governor has led with Honorable Dr. Alan Marat in reopening Rabaul. We overlaid the Kokopo Cabinet, had an addition on reopening Rabaul again. And the Gazelle Peninsula is now very active in agriculture, including the north side. On the south side,
the audit exercise for teachers in East and West Sepik provinces started on August 27, 2024 and will continue for 2 weeks. The Teaching Service Commission said this exercise is important for the teaching service full admission. The purpose of this exercise is to bring accountability into the teaching profession. In this exercise, TSC officers are thoroughly checking teachers' qualifications, whether they have full teacher registration or no provincial registration, inspection reports for promotion purpose, and personal information. This is to make sure that all teachers are genuine. For teachers who have entered the system through fraudulent will be removed from the system. This exercise is also to identify the strengths and areas of improvement for teachers in the system. This is TV1 News after the break. Symbol to improve health services and Tubuseria marks Golden Jubilee.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, da mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste P&G loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in P&G and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way. Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time.
Welcome back. Tubu Sereya United Church Youth Ministry in Central Province began the 50th Golden Jubilee anniversary celebrations yesterday. It will be a week-long program ending this Sunday. The Golden Jubilee celebrates the youth ministry that started 50 years ago. This program involves sister churches, United Church, Reform United Church, Seventh-day Adventist Church, and Assembly of God Church. The much-anticipated 50th Golden Jubilee of the Tubu Sereya interdenomination started with an opening ceremony march where the congregation of 4 churches, the United Church and the United Reformed Church, SDA and UOG parade to officially open the week-long program. Marching into the main arena were 3 different groups. First group were the elders of the church in the 70s and 80s, and members of the church in the 90s, and then the Millennium Youths. The youth choir was led, giving the program the start it deserves. The opening process was short but sharp. They have separate events scheduled to be held each day throughout the week. The youths are already showing great interest in the program. Chairman of the United Church, Avasialo, is expecting the program to be a success, uniting the youths from the interdenominational beliefs, coming together as a community. He said it's a uniting meeting for the community and is expecting a positive outcome.
Through the history of the church, they have seen and understood their parents, their grandparents, and their great-grandparents they were all under one church. And reaching 50 years is a milestone. And they have shown their own interest at their own accord to join the celebration. And the church has actually opened it up to all the denominations. And that's one thing we treasure. Every denomination in Tubu Sereya are participating one way or another as 50 years old as of today. We're celebrating like one body, one people, and one village.
Youth Ministry Secretary of the United Church, Yubuloino, said the young people at Tubu Sereya are interested in the program reflecting on youths of the past. He said the program aims to involve youths of other Christian faiths.
There used to be only one church in the village, from what we heard. From the stories that we had, there used to be one church only, which is the United Church. So during those times, all the youths of Tubu Sereya attended one church. So coming back to those eras, we also thought that it would be better to involve everyone in the village to participate in this event as well. Yeah, so upon hosting this program, we, the current era group, have decided to also involve all other denominations as well.
At the end of the program, Tubu Sereya is expecting positive change among youths and to maintain their faith. Melanesian Spearhead Group leaders have agreed to table the possibility of a Pacific Islands Forum candidate for the United Nations Secretary General position at the next meeting, following a proposal by Papua New Guinea Prime Minister James Marape. The decision signals the MSG's intent to strengthen the Pacific's voice on the global stage. The MSG leaders reiterated their support for the PIF's outstanding request for the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner to visit West Papua, emphasizing the need for ongoing diplomatic efforts to bring international attention to the region. Simbu Provincial Health Authority signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the National Department of Health and Karawagi District Development Authority today in Port Moresby. Present to witness the signing were officers from the Simbu Provincial Health Authority, the Karawagi District Development Authority, and the National Department of Health.
The MOU signing was facilitated by Health Department representative, the Provincial Advisor for Partnerships and Governance, Kapi Negram. As the officer responsible for signing of MOUs and MOAs, he said he was honored to facilitate the signing of the MOU between the Simbu Provincial Health Authority and the Kerawagi District Health Authority.
This time is very important. I hope my secretary and the minister agrees with me. This time is very important and it's a step forward when this is the milestone and also is the standard for other DDAs to follow, because there's been a missing link. While all provincial health authorities have been instituted in this country to implement PHA rollout in this country, but yet there were a gap between provincial health authority and the district development authority.
Negram said there were two agreements which support the two entities working together.
Agreements, District Development Authority Act and the PHA Act, they both have been signed in 2007, and that has been an interest, and I would want to appreciate on behalf of my minister and on behalf of my secretary for our honorable member, Francis Sione, member for Kerawagi, has taken a step forward to put these acts together so that they can work in harmony.
Under the MOU, the PHA board in Simbu and the CEO would be able to work harmoniously in the district to deliver services to their people. The signing sets a precedent to other DDAs in the country to follow suit for such collaboration between the provincial health authorities and the district health authorities for effective and efficient health service delivery. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The Kina closed lower at $0.2566 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2491 US, $0.3647 Australian dollars, $0.2177 euro, and 36.11 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower, except cocoa and palm oil closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You are watching TV1 News. We'll have news making headlines overseas when we come back. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Open it.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, When you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Scale Rice brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scale Rice winners, and 1,000 Kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Ori Rice product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rice PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rice, and buy you like him.
Thanks for staying with us. The Melanesian Spearhead Group leaders meeting on the sidelines of the 53rd Pacific Islands Forum in Tonga have called for a unified approach to key regional issues, particularly the ongoing situation in New Caledonia. The MSG leaders focused on the challenges facing the Melanesian community. The leaders highlighted New Caledonia as a priority, highlighting the importance of supporting the indigenous Kanak population's right to self-determination. The MSG leaders reaffirmed the need for a dialogue with Indonesia, highlighting its significance in addressing the welfare and developmental aspirations of the Papuan Melanesian community. Earlier this week, the Australian federal government announced capping international students' numbers to 279,000 for next year's enrollment, with no promise for extra funding. For a uni town like Canberra, universities across capital are trying to grapple with how this will impact their communities. And it's not just international students that are concerned, but also staff and domestic students.
Moved to Canberra from India almost 3 years ago. She was excited to come to a country that seemed to embrace international students. But recent decisions, like the cap on international student numbers, makes her feel like she's not welcome.
It has always shown its global image as a country with its open arms, and it seems like it's closing its arms in front of us.
She thinks the announcement will impact how Australia is viewed in the global market.
Is Australia actually a student-friendly country anymore or not?
But it's not just international students that are trying to grapple with the decision. The Australian National University says it's a significant announcement for their community, though they don't plan to rescind any existing 2025 offers. The University of Canberra says they're still making considerations before commenting further. Australia has a reputation as a world-class destination for international students to study, but unions are worried that caps on student numbers could lead to job losses in the sector. Fees paid by international students are the second largest source of income for universities.
We think university managers over time have seen university students from overseas as cash cows.
The National Tertiary Education Union says universities in Canberra are already running at a financial loss. Last year, the ANU revealed they were $27 million deeper in the red than expected.
At the University of Canberra, they've recently announced a deficit that's $10 million worse than expected.
Without extra government funding, the union says tertiary institutions are now being forced to look at alternatives. The fear is that university staff jobs will be compromised in the process.
Our staff, our members, are sick of being the punching bags, basically, that whenever there's a financial headwind, it's jobs that have got to go.
Student advocates are worried what it will all mean for the education of the students.
When you cut staff, that means less available teachers to run courses, to teach subjects, and that means both domestic and international students are going to receive a lower quality of education.
Facing an uncertain future.
In a region with soaring dialysis rates, young Aboriginal women are using ancient practice of bush medicine to comfort patients waiting for kidney transplants. For the women, it's not just a job, but a powerful way to keep their culture alive for generations to come.
In the kitchen in Mabantwa Alice Springs, Tamara Stewart is crushing leaves on an ancient rock. She's making her late Nana's favourite bush medicine, Aramanka.
Used to take bush medicine to my nana every day after work. Then I lost her at the start of this year.
For Tamara, it's both symbolic and therapeutic. Her nana died of kidney failure before she could convince her to go on dialysis. Now she hopes to honour her by making bush medicine for others waiting for kidney transplants.
She's always proud of me, and she just wanted me to just keep going forward in my life.
Tamara is one of 3 young Aboriginal women working for Bush Balm, a social enterprise operating out of local not-for-profit Purple House, which runs 22 dialysis clinics across remote Australia.
It's all of their first jobs, and yeah, we have a lot of fun in here.
The women sell the balm through a local store, as well as wholesalers and an online shop, with proceeds used to give free balm to dialysis patients.
So it's really grown a lot since we've had this amazing space. So now we're sending it everywhere, like we send bush medicine to France, to America, to the UK, interstate everywhere around Australia, and to some really remote locations in like Top End and yeah, everywhere.
Tamara feels a sense of pride in continuing her nana's legacy.
Like teach the younger generation when they come, and that generation can teach that, and it can just go on and on and on.
Keeping ancient practices alive for generations to come.
In Tasmania's north, heavy rain and winds have seen extensive damage to power networks and some damage to property. This has responded to hundreds of calls at the weekend, and tens of thousands remain without power.
Crazy overnight. So we stayed in Launceston and we could just hear what sounded like, it sounded cyclonic. The wind was insane, the rain was hitting the windows, and we got up this morning to sort of see the aftermath. And you know, as we're sort of driving through the suburbs, you can see sort of things scattered along the ground. There are broken trees everywhere. We just spoke to a man. A tree had fallen on his house. Luckily, it's sort of just dented the roof, but you know, it's ripped up the pavement, it smashed the fence, and he's not the only one. We were speaking to people earlier who a tree had fallen across sort of like 2 neighbours and was blocking cars in and completely written off someone's car. We've seen sort of power lines strewn across the roads in parts, and it's sort of, I guess, we're only seeing obviously a snapshot of what's gone on in the north, and it really explains why you're seeing sort of these massive scale power outages, because as you know, it's probably of the 38,000, I believe it was last time I heard, 23,000 of those power outages were in the north. We've obviously got Telstra services down, some landlines down. You know, but people are going about their day if they can, but there are certainly a lot of people sort of sitting around going, oh, I need this tree cut down that's actually sort of, you know, lying on my property right now, but I don't know when the SES will have time to get to me.
The Western Australian Youth Jazz Orchestra has teamed up with a hip-hop artist to create a genre-blending performance for regional audiences. The show is inspiring a new generation of music fans and has left a lasting mark on the musicians involved.
These young musicians, even 7 hours on the road between Perth and Esperance is a lot of fun.
When you're singing Life is a Highway at the top of your lungs with your best mate Julian next to you, who you like only just became best mates with in the 7 hours, it's a fun time, it's a great time.
After that epic curtain raiser, preparations for the Esperance show begin.
Can I have that forte?
The WA Youth Jazz Orchestra has teamed up with Noongar Jingalee hip-hop artist Jaden Armat, aka Zero MC.
Yeah, check.
It's a stage name he's used since he was 13.
You know, you got zero sugar, you know, zero fat, there's zero everywhere, so I think for people it's just easier to remember zero. And what comes before 1? 0.
Now they're performing a bebop to hip-hop show across regional WA.
I think a lot of people didn't know that jazz and hip-hop could go together.
Jazz and hip-hop share a similar origin, both emerging in the United States to bring messages of resistance and self-expression. But merging the two genres has its challenges.
The time feel is completely different, and I think the main thing really is just bringing that energy for the hip-hop charts.
It's challenging us because you have to be very
precise.
Excitement delivers in spades.
Mind-blowing, like the way they just fused it together, you know, the hip-hop and the jazz. Yeah, it was just, just too good, man.
Zero was awesome, and the young orchestra, that's really, killed it.
The collaboration has also inspired these budding performers to pursue their dreams.
It's very inspiring to see people at a higher stage of music. They've gone and done something in this. Like, I can go and do something too.
Inspiration for all.
Back home, the United Church is leading the 50th Golden Jubilee celebration, using this program to unite the Reform United Church. The United Church and the Reform United Church were at one stage one church. They used to have Sunday services together under one pastor before division came about over a decade ago. In 2009, the United Church split into two churches. One called itself Reform United Church and the other remains United Church. Reverend of the United Church Balaria said the division came about following the dissatisfaction among some leaders and congregation on how the church was administered. He said majority of the congregation and the leaders break away to form the Reform United Church. The United Church remnant, on the other hand, had little number yet believed they are standing for genuine reasons and they must not compromise, hence their faith remains steadfast.
Because of leadership crisis, the congregation itself broke, split into two. So we have the United Reformed Church and the mother congregation United Church. There were three deacons with their families who, along with their pastor in that time, held on to the faith of the United Church, and they kept the banner or the flame burning from a humble but striving effort. Now current United Church holds in actual fact 612 members.
Now the interesting scenario is the ownership of the church building. According to United Church Chairman Avasialo, the argument couldn't be resolved among themselves. Hence, they decided to bring the matter to court. He said the decision was made and the church building was awarded to United Church Reform and pastor's house was given to the United Church. Fellowship-wise, both churches have been using the same religion doctrines. Their programs on Sunday is same, but they don't have fellowship together. Attempts to reunite the churches in the past years have been unsuccessful. In this 50th Golden Jubilee celebration, the United Church will once again propose the idea of the reunion. The Reform United Church is expected to respond to the United Church's proposal for reunion towards the end of the program.
Tubusere it's a traditional village, and the most recognized church in Tubusere as a traditional village was United Church, and the aim and the objective of this is to get away from that conflict for the last 14 years, and we come back together as one, and we form United Church. Most importantly, because the population is big, we can have two churches in the community. We could name one church as Lahara United Church and the other as Laurabada United Church. So the whole idea is for us to come together as one church and move away from the disturbance or the reformations that others have brought about in the last 14 years.
This is TVWAN News. Next in sports, Hunters into semi-finals, St. Santos Cup Final 4 locked in.
PNG's number
#1 sports channels. TV1 Sports, TV1 Sports 2 and 3 are in the 40-channel digital prepaid pack. It's high in the air. Get these 3 favorite TV1 Sports channels for your exclusive access to the NRL 2024 Premier Season Live. Don't be left out. Stay up to date and watch all the action from the 2024 State of Origin. Watch these 3 TV1 Sports channels along with 37 other great channels. Subscribe now on the 40-channel digital prepaid pack 4, 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan. And enjoy the 40-channel of world-class entertainment and live sports. Dial star 515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Get ready for more! Digicel's new Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. Now with more options, more plans, and more time. Choose from our daily plans, now valid for 24 hours, weekly plans, or even a monthly plan from our suite of Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. All with more data and starting from as low as 1 kina. Yes, you heard right. What's up, Asol? Yes, yeah! Only Digicel's Big Plus Supersized Data Plans gives you more. Activate today on My Digicel app or dial star 675# only with Digicel.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum bum.
I'm asobalo Yumi. Allah pumbalan tete. Yumi no strong long lepasin tumbul. Emal lepasin tumbul na tu iwok long tai isi now.
Talking Mr. Chule Kimi or Josephine?
You like him passing long making Mary long man or making man long Mary? Him passing long before.
You just you can push in more than I couple of me. You push in man.
Now so long money Mr. Give me Mr. School plus nothing.
Horrible you.
Welcome back. The SPPNG Hunters continued its finals race heading into the semi-finals after trusting the winner Manly Seagulls 23 points to 8 at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby on Saturday, August 31st. It was a sudden death match and both sides had to fight for their survival in the Host Plus Cup season 2024. To their credit, the Hunters capitalized on the home-ground advantage to grab the win. The Hunters showed grit and determination from the first whistle to the final siren of the 80 minutes contest.
For a great try. Yeah, that's a good step there by the PNG Hunters. And creating the gap for themselves.
They wanted the match more than their opponents and walked away with the deserving win to advance into semi-finals. Head coach of the SPPNG Hunters, Paul Aiton, has nothing but praise for his side for the successful hunt on home soil. He applauded the boys for the win and attributed the victory to the team's commitment and effort. While he is happy to walk home with the win, the Hunters coach expressed gratitude for the committed Hunters fans for continuous support throughout the season and is looking forward for the ride together for the remainder of the season.
Chasing up on the inside like good fullbacks do, picks up the lucky bounce, a beautiful bounce as he strolls over.
The winner Manly Seagulls skipper Brandon Frey credited the Hunters side for the strong match. He said the Hunters were the better side in the contest and deserved the win. The Seagulls wish the Hunters better luck on their next match as they push for the unlikely grand final appearance in the QRL 2024 season. The Hunters made their finals appearance after 7 years and are determined to go further as they face the Sunshine Coast Falcons on Sunday, 8 September. PNG RFL's National Women's Competition, the Santos Cup, wind down its regular season on Saturday, with matches played in Lae, Rabaul and Port Moresby. The round 5 fixtures and results have now determined the top 4 teams that will progress to the finals of the 2024 maiden season.
With the finals fever in the air, 4 teams have secured a final spot. They are Central Dabaris, Lace Next Tigers, Gorkha Lahanis and Port Moresby Vipers after their win over the weekend. Lace Next Tigers hosted the Central Dabaris at the Lay Rugby League Oval with a strong show by both sides. However, the Dabaris came home in a close win, 8 points to 4, at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. Port Moresby Vipers were a better side on the field, beating the visiting Mount Hagen Eagles 16 points to 4. Vipers registered tries through Ruth Gende, Wendy Joss, and Claudia Kaupa and Lila Malabang finding form with 2 out of 3 conversions. At the Queen's Park in Rabaul, the East New Britain Couriers were defeated at home by the visiting Gorkha Lahanis 10 points to 4. After the weekend results, the Mount Hagen Eagles and ENB Couriers bow out of the finals race. The finals play out for Sunday, 8th September will see Central Dabaris meet Port Moresby Vipers, Lace Next Tigers meet the Gorkha Lahanis. The Santos Cup Grand Final will be played on Sunday, 15th September. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
After waiting for long, the rejuvenated Valley Hunters outfit made a statement in their minor semi-final match on Saturday at the home of rugby, they say Hubert Murray Stadium. Genia brothers Frank and Will have turned the team around this season. The 17-15 win over University Piggies in the minor semi-final of Premier Division is a statement of the success this season in the Pepsi Capital Rugby Union competition.
The semi-final contest between much improved Valley Hunters and finals regulars, the University Piggies, brought so much to watch as both teams went toe-to-toe during most of the match. The Valley Hunters proved worthy in the end and walked away with the 17-15 win. The win is a great achievement for the club that has been working hard throughout the season. The Valley Hunters head coach Frank Genia attributed to a team's commitment to stay in the fight and their middle forwards setting platform for the team.
I think as you saw, the boys had to dig deep. They worked really hard. We created a few opportunities. Couldn't really finish off. That included forward passes just before the try line, knock-ons, one face before the try line, and also missed kicks. But I think it's just really good reward. They stuck at it. They believed in each other. We worked hard for a penalty, and fortunately, the last one went over. That game could have gone either way, and I'm really happy we finished on the good side.
Former Wallabies and PNG rugby icon Will Genia has played a pivotal role in the club's revival. The Valley Hunters club hasn't featured in the finals of Premier Division at the Pepsi Capital Rugby Union competition for over 7 years, but the involvement of Genia has motivated the team to do better this season.
Well, it's huge. I mean, look, we've been playing really well all year, and we've had this opportunity to play in finals. And Will's got a lot of experience in that. He's a Super Rugby champion. He's played in a Rugby World Cup final. I guess it's just that mental preparation and that physical preparation that all our boys here are not really used to. So he brings that level of detail to our prep, and that's something that I'm not accustomed to as well. So no, it's huge. It's huge having him here. Hopefully we can back it up next week.
The Valley Hunters are on their way aiming for a big dance. But there is one more hurdle to overcome before making the well-deserved grand final appearance against the defending champions, Kramer Osenko brothers. Genia's men plays Harlequins next weekend in the major semi-final, and the winner of the contest plays brothers in the grand final. It is such an important game on the road, but the Valley Hunters coach expresses strong belief in his men.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. I mean, it's the first time the club's at Premier level has made the top 4, and finishing third. We've got the long journey to the grand final, but we're not looking too far ahead. These guys have earned an opportunity to back it up again next week, so that's going to be our focus.
Meanwhile, the season for the University Piggies had ended after their heartbreaking defeat. They'll be up again for another shot next year. The Pepsi Capital Rugby Union completion finals continue next weekend at the home of rugby, Sir Hubert Murray Stadium.
With the Pacific Championship slated for November of this year, the Papua New Guinea Kumuls have 2 months of hard prep in selecting the best team in retaining the Pacific Bowl.
PNG Kumuls down Fiji 32-12 in Port Moresby in the 2023 Pacific Championship to claim the Pacific Bowl. Will be aiming to repeat the feat to earn a place in the promotion relegation playoff against the third-place Pacific Cup team. Newly appointed Kumuls coach Jason Demetrio will have to select the best to represent the country and will definitely draw players from the NRL, Queensland Cup and England's Super League. There are injury concerns in star players in fullback Alex Johnson and centre Jack Laibot, while there are doubts about the fitness of Justin Olam, halfback Lachlan Lem, Uka Edwin Ipape, outside backs Nene McDonald and Roderick Tai, and forwards Rhys Martin, Liam On, Nixon Poot, Wellington Albert, Sylvester Namo, Emmanuel Vaine and Kevin Apo all play in the UK. Jack de Belin, Kyle Laibot, Robert Debbie, Dan Russell and Jacob Balik will bring NRL experience to the squad, while Demetrio will also draw on players from the PNG Antas and other Queensland Cup teams. Among them are likely to be Antas Uka, Judah Rimbu, Props, Valentine Richard, and Junior Rao. Centre bands among them are likely to be Antas Uka, Judah Rimbu, Props, Valentine Richard, and Junior Rao, Centre Benji Court, and halfback Joshua Lau. Freddie Moe, TV1 Sports.
The PNG Paralympic duo Harry Alloy and Manega Tapari made name for themselves by becoming the first Taekwondo Paralympic fighters in the Paralympics. Loy fought in K44 plus 80 kg and Tapari in K44 plus 65 kg.
The Paralympians Harry Alloy and Manega Tapari traveled to Paris Paralympics following their qualification at the Oceania Qualification Tournament earlier in the year. Their qualification was a welcome addition to PNG's Taekwondo trainer Edward Kasman. The pair did well at the debut. Loy showed character fighting bravely in the 44 plus 80 kg, but went down to Brazilian opponent Juan Lopez. After losing his fight, Loy was unable to go past the round of 32 fights. But for counterpart Tapari, it's a fitting achievement, winning her first Paralympic fight. Tapari smashed her opponent Kimoto Matha from Central African Republic in the 44 plus 65 kg division and booked herself a spot in the round of 16 fights. She was matched up with Spain fighter Dalia Santiago Moreno, who displayed charisma to defeat PNG's Tapari. It was a devastating loss for young Tapari, but she embraced the defeat. After her fight, Tapari grabbed her beloved PNG flag and traditional grass skirt as she danced around the mat with her trainer Kevin Kasman joining in. It was a heartwarming scene. Regardless of the results at the tournament, both para-athletes represented the country well. They return to the country in the coming weeks. Susana Oreape, TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports, and now the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers at some spots. Daru mostly cloudy with few rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Kerema cloudy with chances of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Alotsau mostly cloudy with possible rain showers, and Popodeta mostly cloudy with few showers drizzles. Mamase lay cloudy with periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Medellin partly cloudy with chances of brief showers. We were cloudy with periods of rain and possible thunderstorm. Vanimo mostly cloudy with some rain showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau cloudy with some rain showers. Kavieng some showers and possible thunderstorm. Kokopo Rabaul cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorm. Kimbe partly cloudy with possible few showers, and Buka cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Montagan cloudy with some rain showers. Goroka Band, Kundiawa, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral and Solomon Seas, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas slight to moderate with easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, Kerema, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samurai Island, Cape Vogel, and all Milne Bay Islands. And waters of Finschhafen through Vitia Strait to Siasilong Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Bougainville, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters at times along South Bougainville. And that ends the news tonight. From the news team, pleasant viewing. Bye now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.